Now, is there anybody on the line here interested in why and how you can make 1,000 to 11,200? Let me just pull up last night's meeting. Hang on a second. The last thing I'm going to cover here, and it's not going to take me very long to do it. If you are interested in making money, if you are not interested in making money, please leave the webinar now. Seriously, like here's what I get from people a lot of times. Like I'll finish up on these webinars and I gotta go over the comp plan. By the time I'm done with the comp plan, they forget that we're a real estate investing education company, and they're like, "Is this about marketing or is it about real estate?" I'm like, "No, it was about real estate when I came down, but the way I fund my real estate is by having them pay me. So they pay me money, I funnel into real estate. So my chicken farm's awesome because Renatus was already awesome to me." If you are not interested in making $1,000 to $11,200 per person that you could invite to webinars that I'm doing, or meetings that I'm doing, or follow-ups that I'm doing, you notice what I'm saying? You don't got to do the talking, just got to, if somebody sees you doing deals, they're going to want to know. They're going to be like, "How are you doing this on Facebook? I see this stuff on Facebook." And that point, you're going to be like, "Holy crap, Scott was right. People are going to want to do what I do. I better find out about that marketing stuff. Why not find about it right now?" Cool. But I'll give it a minute. If you guys want to get off the line and not see it, that's okay with me. I got 15,000 students doing real estate. I got 4,000 with a contract for marketing, about 400 that are taking as serious as I am. So you fit in. All right. As long as you're curious, I'll show you. Okay. She raised her hand. Of course you are. Here we go. Everybody's curious. They just, even if they don't want to admit they're curious, they're curious. Because what? Money's not good? If you can make more money, do it. If there's a way to make money doing what you're currently doing, do it. If you learn something and people should know it, I think everybody should have the essentials. Everybody in the planet. That means the planet. I think even Australians. Okay. When my wife and I started, let me go over this really quick here so you guys understand how this all occurred in my life. When my wife and I started, my wife saw a sign. It was a little sign said, "Hey, come learn real estate investing, earn while you learn." So it was a phone number on the bottom of the sign, and she called it. I had seen the sign earlier that day. I didn't call it. I'm like, "That's a scam. Are you kidding me, honey? You're not going to call that thing." She's, "I am." And that's personality differences, by the way, that you will learn in the drive system, why I wasn't going to call it and why she was. So it'll help you out understanding yourself and why things have kept you back. Me not answering the sign wouldn't have me a future. My wife answering the sign had me a future. Okay. The girl that put the sign out, her name was Anna Cho, AC for short. So Anna Cho is a Chinese immigrant. Korean immigrant. I could hardly understand her. I'm like, man, how does this woman make money? Here's how she made money. On Friday night, she would put 100 signs out, and on Saturday night, she'd put 100 signs out. The law of averages said my wife ran into one of those signs. Law of averages. So she would do this every weekend. And she made, ready for this? She made $362,000 in 2007 using roadside signs. Here's a great, ready for this? Even though she had got me in, I made more than her in 2007. Isn't that crazy? She made $362,000, and she could hardly speak English. She just made sure those signs were out there. People were contacting her. She had more leads than time. She taught me how to put roadside signs out. I'm like, man, 100 signs, that's daunting. She goes, "Oh, not so bad." So I learned how to put roadside signs out efficiently. I'm like, this isn't so bad. Wow, it's a lot easier than I thought. Because what we think is hard, other people are thinking it's easy and can teach us how to be easy. Okay. All right. Here's what also I knew. And I didn't use that. I used Facebook, used Craigslist. I started using a lot of stuff, drop cards and gas pumps, right? Everything. And wherever I went, there was a possibility for me. Well, we would gain interest on the weekends and every day, by the way. So we would gain interest, and then we had to put people into a system. So we had a 15-minute briefing that we would do, which gave people a chance to be either excited or not excited. Then they would come to an intro. When we started, it was at a hotel. We put this building together to handle all of our stuff. And then they had to come to a follow-up to get their questions answered. This was the same process that I went through, right? So my wife saw the sign. My wife got on the phone with her for 15 minutes. My wife went to the intro meeting, and then subsequently I came to the intro meeting, and my wife and I both went to a follow-up together at her condo. And she answered the questions like I'm answering the questions for you. And by the time all the questions were answered, I'm like, give us everything. I was like, give us everything. Okay, so that's the process. Now, here's a cool thing that you guys don't have to do. I am doing the briefings for you if you want me to do them. Put them into me. I am doing the intros for you. I'm even doing the follow-ups because I'm good at it. So your learning curve is flat. You just got to start making money next week if you want to. We have a whole schedule wrapped around this thing that we have been keeping since 07. So you can count on us. Our motto is you're going to give up on you before we give up on you. So don't give up on you. All right. Do I have any questions? Nope, no questions. Okay, let's go over the comp plan. You guys ready? All right, let's do this. We're coming up in the end. And by the time we're leaving, by the time we leave this webinar, you guys will know how to make $205,600 in the next 12 months. And if that don't excite you, you need some paddles. $205,600. And trust me, when you see it, you're like, that sounds crazy. It does sound crazy. And when you see it, you're gonna see crazy. You're gonna be like, I could do that. Everybody that sees it, like, I could do that. Whether they do it is really going to be up to them afterward, but it's totally possible. Okay, enough talking, Scooty. All right, it does take $197 to become an independent contracted marketer with Renatus, an ICM for short. Some people ask me, wait a minute, $197, why am I paying $197 to market? You're not paying $197 to market. You're paying $197 for services that Renatus are going to give you that you don't want to have to deal with yourself. All right, Scott, lay them out. Here they are. When one of my clients that actually sees a roadside sign or a drop card, and they go to a beer briefing or intro, let's say they get Renatus's number and they call Renatus and they grill customer service. Customer service does not contact me. Customer service does not contact me to be on the phone. Customer service takes care of all my clients' questions, no matter what part of the process they're in, which is golden. I'm not paying customer service to do that. Isn't that great? I don't have to pay them per call. My $197 annually with accumulation of all takes care of customer service to answer all of our people's questions. When I'm deserving money from Renatus, I don't have to send them an invoice of all the money I think I deserve from all the sales I made. It's all done digitally. So I can print out reports and hand them to my accountants based on what Renatus put together automatically for me. So I just got to go check my account and go, oh, look what I'm getting paid. Thank you, Renatus. And then they give me a report if I want to print it out, take it to my accountant. There you go. Cool. I don't have to do that. Ready for this? The founder of the company has a briefing intro follow-up system too that you could use. So technically, you're going to get a little link that you could actually send to a guest, and they can watch Bob Snyder talk about 15 minutes. Bob Snyder travels all over the country and interviews people and students that have done deals for the intro meeting. He doesn't just do it like this. He's like, hop on the plane with me. Right? And then Bob Snyder has a recorded follow-up like this that he answers frequently asked questions in. So, if somebody like, that Scott Roll guy, he seems like a maniac in the Canberra. Well, I want to talk to the founder. Fantastic. Watch this. You can actually hear from the founder. So what they do for me for $197 to make sure that my business is taken care of without me having to worry about it, great. That is an annual thing that I do. And it's annual because you keep your contract in place every single year. They're paying for customer service. They're paying for the funnel systems that you're using. They're paying for all the digital stuff that you use in your back office to accumulate your money and then be able to report it to anybody. It's good. All right. So there are three choices. Actually, there's five choices that you get to make here today. Let me do a different color here. Choice number one is only doing the 197. You do not have to buy the education in order to send people to meetings, right? You can make money off of the education without actually purchasing the education. Very, very important that you know that. So choice number one, you only do the 197 and you're rocking and rolling, referring. Okay. Choice number two is getting the essentials. Choice number three is getting the profits. Choice number four is getting the advanced AIT, or choice number five is getting the extreme AIT. And when I say choice number five, what I'm assuming is that you're getting the extreme, the profits, and the essentials. But it doesn't have to be that way. You can pick any program you want. You could buy an advanced and only an advanced. You could buy an extreme and only an extreme, right? You can buy only a profit. You could buy only essentials. And then you could upgrade to anything later on, anything you want. It's like shopping at a store, okay? But in my world on the marketing side, choice number one is not getting anything. Choice number two is getting the essentials. Choice number three is getting the essentials and profits. Choice number four is getting the essentials, profits, and advance. Choice number five is getting the, so those are my five choices, but they don't have to be your choices. You could pick any program or not. All right, now let me show you how to get qualified. You see this line right here? This, let me change the color for you guys. This line right here is the qualification line, okay? You have no idea what the heck you're doing when it comes to marketing. You don't know where to send people. You don't know the URLs. You don't know the process. You don't know the lingos. You don't know what to text them. You don't know any of this stuff. So you are going to need a helper to guide you through this, almost like a shaman, right? That's what I should call it. I should call it a shaman. That might be next week. All right. You all have a helper. Now, it's probably the person that invited you down. Okay, if you like, hey, why don't you check this out? Now, here's the only challenge. If they're going through training right now, their helper is going to be very important in your life. So somebody may have invited you down that's going through qualification or training, that's going to bring somebody else into the conversation with you. So don't be weirded out by that. It just means that they're getting help themselves right now. Okay. All right, let's talk about this. So you got to get qualified at the essentials first, then the profits. Then you got to get qualified at the AITs, okay? The system, and this is very important for you to hear, the system will code lowest product to highest product as far as credit's concerned. I'm going to say it again. The system that Renatus has will automatically code lowest product to highest product when it comes to making sales. So if you have somebody buying a combination of products, it's going to code lowest, not highest, unless you buy everything. If you buy everything, so if you got the EXP combo, then you're going to get simultaneous qualification, which means that if you put anything in, you're going to get credit for everything. You put anything in, you're going to get credit for everything. If you do anything less than an EPX, then the coding goes lowest to highest. You're asking me, what the hell does that mean? It's just what it is. Exactly what I said is what it is. So let's talk about this. If you are enrolling people in the essentials courses, but you are not enrolled yourself, you've got to enroll with your helper's help 1, 2, 3 people in order to see enough orders to be able to do it yourself. So what Renatus is saying is when you see 3 essentials orders go in with your helper's help, then you should be able to put the 4th one in yourself. All right? On the first 3 orders, however, $1,000 is going to leave the head office. I'm going to change colors now. $1,000 is going to leave head office and go into the field. You're going through training, so you are entitled to $125 of that if you are not enrolled in the essentials. If you don't have the essentials program, you're only going to get $125 while you're going through training on those 3 sales. After that, you are qualified so that on the 4th order, you're going to get the $1,000 and you will get the $1,000 for the rest of your life. Now, you're going to appreciate that training because you're going to be like, dude, I need some help. What do I say? What do I do? Where do they go? Your helper is going to stay up all hours of the night helping you out. They're going to be thinking about you and helping you get there, okay? Now, you're going to get $125. The helper is going to get the remaining $875 on that program, okay? So what you've done is you've just gone through training. That's phase number 1, okay? Which steps you into phase number 2, repping. Once you are qualified, you become a representative and you're allowed to make whatever you deserve on that product, which in this case is $1,000 per essentials. If you find 1 essentials a week, congratulations, $1,000 a week, $50,000 a year. Once you become a rep, you also qualify to become a helper. What does that mean, Scott? Well, that means if anybody tells you, hey, I would like to represent the essentials, you're like, great, I will help you out, which means that you become this person right here, the helper. Isn't that great? So now you're getting the 875s for helping them out. That sounds good, doesn't it? All right, once you cross the qualifying line and you hit phase number 2, which is a representative, and phase number 3 was a helper, which anybody that wants to market after that, your helper is then going to start overriding you. So phase number 4 in this compensation program is overrides. The overrides are 5% of gross. Nope, I should not say that anymore because that is not true based on billing. Ready for this? The overrides are 10% of net. You're like, what do you mean 10% of net? Whatever the person's getting paid, like $1,000, 10% of that is being sent to the helper as an override for that order. So in this case, 10% of 1,000 is 100. You guys with me? So 10% of net is what that is. And it is for life. And it is 3 levels down. Just like the insurance industry, where there's a broker helps an agent become a broker, well, they override them. And if that broker helps another broker, they override them. It was completely modeled and taken, copycatted from the insurance industry. All right, now that override is pretty significant. And let me tell you the possibility in that. Do you guys remember seeing this $117,000 that I've made in the last 10 weeks? That is pure overrides. I have not made a sale in over 2 years. Sure. So my wife, and it's willable, so you can actually will it to your kids. Oh man, I just screwed up. Hold on, guys. I got to change something really quick here. All right. Okay, so let me just kind of do that again. Redundancy is good, especially the first time. So if you're going to do a choice number 1 where you're only doing the 197, 1, 2, 3, you're done. Then you start making $1,000. Your helper starts overriding you. Okay. Let's cover choice number 2. If you're doing an essential, so if you're enrolling in essentials, your life is different. The fact that you're watching your own order go in as an experience is going to count for training. And that's what Renatus is concerned about. They're like, well, all right, you've learned how to put an order in. Let's count that. So by watching your own order go in, you're going to knock off that first stick figure. That's pretty cool. Now you only got to find 2 people instead of 3, and you're not going to get 125. You're going to get 500. Now you might ask yourself, why am I getting 500 if I get the product? Because you can talk about the product. The more you can show off the more you can show off your own success. Like you're like, hey man, I changed my tax structures. I'm using Velocity Banking. A guest is going to be like, dude, get me in. Your helper doesn't have to work that hard now. Does that make sense? So the helper is going to get 500 and you're going to get 500. So if you decide to enroll in the essentials, congratulations. You're going to absolutely share in the $1,000 because you can be part of the conversation. You guys with me? Now you only have to find 2 people, and then on your third one, you're now qualified in making 1,000, and your helper's now overriding you. You got that? And on this third person, if they want to become an ICM, you're their helper. So congratulations. That's how fast things happen for you. Okay, so that's how you get qualified. Do I have any questions about that? I just want to cover the 1, 2, 1. It's 1, 2, 3, or you and 1, 2, and you're done. But this training portion is very important because you'd be lost without it. Renatus has some pretty complex systems that are going to help you make money while you're sleeping. You want to know everything about them. Okay, I can add some stuff to that. We will have impacts every morning covering Q&As on this stuff. You'll join those as long as you're a marketer. You will be part of my Road Team Facebook page, which is huge help. That is people around the country even giving you help, right? It's really cool. So you will be well taken care of if you decide to do the 197 and start marketing Renatas. We'd like to see you make as much money as you can. All right, let's cover profits. Two ways to get qualified in profits: the not enrolled way and the enrolled way. So if you're not enrolled, just like the essentials, 1, 2, 3, and then qualified, you're only going to get $150 per qualification. And after that, you're going to get $1,200. And your helper is going to override 10% of net, kinda. I don't know what they were thinking there, but they gave us $4.85 more. Okay. You guys with me on this? Okay, so it's that simple. It's either 3 or 2, just like the essentials. Now, let me tell you something. You guys might be asking yourselves, okay, so if somebody gets the essentials and the profits, I get credit for both? No. If you are a choice number oneer and you put an essentials profits in, you are only going to get credit for the essentials. Remember, I told you it's going to code lower to bigger. If you own the essentials, then you're going to be here and you need 2. If you own the profits, you're going to get here plus 2. If you own the product, you get simultaneous qualification, which means if you have a profits order in yourself, you are going to get credit for the 1 and the 2. So if you have the essentials and the profits, and you put an essentials in plus the profits, you're getting credit for both. If you don't own the product, you have to get qualified at the higher product first before. All right. So let me give you an idea. This might scare some people into believing that they should be like me. If you only do the 197 and you put in extreme plus orders like crazy, you're going to get qualified here first. Then you're going to get qualified here next. Then you're going to get qualified down here next. Okay. But whatever product you own is going to trigger an opportunity to get qualified at that product immediately. So by buying it, they want you talking about it. Like, look, you're going to be a great example to everybody else after this. Please talk about your experience and we'll give you credit. You guys with me? Okay. Okay. Finally, there is this bucket thing. See this down here? The advanced and the extreme tuitions. To get qualified down here, there couldn't be stick figures because there's a $3,000 and a $9,000 variant on the AIT. Okay. So so Bob Snyder came up with this bucket that you got to fill. So you got to fill a $45,000 bucket in order to get qualified. So I have a lot of people who are making thousands on this like crazy, and then they finally fill their bucket. So don't worry, money's money. Who cares? It's just a lot more money with the bigger programs. So watch this. It's very important that you see this. Every time you put an advanced order in, $3,000 is generated. Every time you put an extreme order in, $9,000 is generated. The cash is going to the helper. The credit is going to who's putting the orders in. Okay. So it's going to be 3,000. Let me change the color. So it's going to be 3,000, 9,000, 3,000, 9,000. And your job is to fill this up like a bucket of water. Once it reaches 45 grand, you are then qualified. Okay. The helper's getting all that money. It's very lucrative to be a helper. So get to be a helper quick. After you're qualified, you're entitled to getting the 3,000s and 9,000s, and your helper is going to override you for life. Okay. Now, if you purchase an AIT, let me show you what happens there. This is pretty cool. If you decide to purchase an AIT because you want to do transactional work in real estate, if you decide to get the advanced, then $3,000. Oh, you're going to have a chop. If you decide to purchase the education, you lose the $45,000 bucket and it becomes a $27,000 bucket. Congratulations. Congratulations. So now you only have a 25. So the decision's up to you. If you like a $45,000 bucket to fill or a $27,000 bucket to fill, getting the AITs drops that down. They just want to make sure you're getting your money back quick. All right. So first of all, if you decide to get the advanced or the extreme, you get this chop. The money that you actually got. So if you decide, so whatever your order created, Your order is going to create a $3,000 commission, or your own order is going to create a $9,000 commission, which is going to the helper. So your own order's money is going to the helper, and they're going to credit it in your own bucket. Just like they credited you up here for your own sale, well, down here, they're going to do the same thing. Hey, you can talk about the product now, so congratulations. And you learned how to put an order in, so congratulations. So in my case, $9,000 went into my own bucket for my own order. So I got it chopped to 27 and 9,000 went in. Okay. So I only had $18,000 left to fill, which, by the way, is, is 2 extreme orders. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to finish up this conversation. I'm going to show you how to make $205,600 in the next 12 months right after it. Let me finish up this comp plan conversation with an EPX combo. If you want this comp plan to work for you at a lightning speed, if you get all the products, remember, you're going to qualify to everything no matter what. So in my case, when I sat down with Anna Cho, I got the biggest program, which happened to be the Essentials plus the Extreme. And today, the biggest possibility is the Epics, right? So let's put in your helper here, YH. And let's put you in here as an EPX combo holder. Now, what will happen here is your helper is going to get $11,200 in commissions off of that. Pretty good, right? How many of those do you need to actually not need a job anymore? Okay, now your job is to go help other people find Renatus. So you find your first person and they look at you and they say, well, what did you get? They're like, well, I got everything. And then they look at your helper and like, well, what did you get, helper? I got everything too. There's a good chance, and this is how it happened for me, there's a good chance that your sister goes, all right, I want everything too. And I'm like, you do? And she's like, yeah, you got it. I'm like, okay. So that's what happened to me. Here's what's going to happen. You are going to get $1,100 off of that. Congratulations. Your helper is going to get $10,100 off of that order. Again, very lucrative to be a helper. On your second order, if it's an EPX as well, your helper is going to get $10,100 and you're going to get $1,100. And now you are qualified at every program. Congratulations. Every single, you don't have to find no more essentials or profits. Whatever goes in is all yours, and you're helping them and overriding them forever. It is super fast to do an EPX, find 2 EPXs. You ain't got to worry about anything above. All that complex crap above, gone. All right, now watch this. The 2 people that you got involved while you were in training, whether it be your sister and your Aunt Sharon, like it was for us, they are going to go on and be helped by your helper. So technically, your helper is going to help them get qualified and benefit from it. You are not, because you are going through training. But the nice thing about it is, once you're a helper, you're always a helper, and now you're a helper. So let's say, and this is how my life worked, the next 2 orders that my wife and I did, we made big money. We made the $11,200, and technically they were extreme combos, not EPX, but that's how it would have worked. They got everything too. The helper is going to get, ready for this, the helper is going to get $1,124.84. So the helper is going to get this, and you're going to get this. Your helper is overriding you today. Got it? So this was actually month number 1 for my wife and I. This was month number 2 for my wife and I. In month number 3, this is what my wife and I did. In month number 3, we had my best friend ever, Will Montez. I've known Will Montez, the guy who does velocity banking, before I even knew my wife. So Will Montez decided to get everything. So that's $11,200 in this example, and then it would be $1,124 for the helper. Zinal Patel and Jim Schultz came in. These are actual names. This was Neil Thacker. This was Paul Urich for me. Neil Thacker, ready for this? Neil Thacker actually brought these 2 people down. Okay. Now he got $1,100 and $1,100, and Nancy and I got the $10,000, but they stayed on our team, and Neil became qualified. We started overriding Neil. Got it? So And then we had one guy named Levi Aarons who did an essentials. So we made $1,000 and Anna made 100, our helper. But all of this money, like the nice thing about it is Renatus is really taking care of people, right? They're like, look, man, we're going to pay you so well. You aren't going to need a job again. Okay. All right. So that is the comp plan. If for some reason you need to see that again, you're like, I didn't quite get it. Then ask your helper to send you a recording of one of mine. You can rewatch it. All right. I want to finish this thing up for you guys and show you how to make $205,600 in the next 12 months. So watch this. Prepare to be amazed. This is gonna look like a magic trick. Oh, it's gonna be good. Like mind blowing. All right, let me finish. Let me get rid of this thing in a second. I want to show you online what it looks like. So watch this. You guys are gonna love this. And this is all brand new. This is you want the profits because this is business automation at its best. Eric Counts is responsible for putting this together for Renatus. Check this out. We have $56,000 pending to Nancy and I. That's a pretty good day. We got a payday coming today, okay? But check this out. All of it is broken down into levels. So you guys see this? You got first level, direct pay, first level, third level, second level. So you can actually mouse over it. See the second level, direct pay, which is people on directly on our team, first level residual, and third level residual. So I told you that the overrides are 3 levels down, and it's telling me, so what this is telling me is that $34,000 got paid today, right? So we got 34 grand today. Pretty good day. So the third level residual was $48.95. The second level residual was $10,000. The first level residual was $68.87. And the direct level was $12,000. You guys see that? And again, the direct level was $12,000 because it's overrides. Now, this is worth $197, right, annually, to make sure that I can track everything this way. You guys with me? Here's by method. Look at this: 167 cash orders and 50 down payment orders. 50 billing. So 50 are billing, 167 cash. You don't think people are paying cash? You're crazy, even in a crisis, because there's lots of ways to pay cash, and those cash discounts are awesome, right? By service. So 207 of those things are profits orders, 8 essentials, 1 AIT advance, and 1 plus package. So what did they pick up, right? You guys with me? Is that good? Do you guys like that? I don't know about you, but I think that's awesome. And that's going to be your new business. You're going to be running a business now. And that means you're going to write off kids, cell phones, cars. It's awesome. Okay, guys, the last thing I'm going to show you is this. So let me just get rid of this thing here. Hang on a second. Hide floating controls. Okay. I'm going to show you how to make $205,600 because I showed my wife in the first year. We have this building because of this slide right here. My wife was worried about the $10,000 to $12,000 a month it would cost monthly on this building, not let alone the $60,000 it took us to get into it. Okay, with build out plus first and last months, crazy. So what I did for her was I'm like, hey, honey, you don't got to worry because all we got to do is find 1 essentials a month. She's like, what? I don't get it. I'm like, yes, we only have to find 1 essentials a month, and we're going to be making banking vice president money. She's like, no, and we're going to be doing it from home. Watch this. So January, if you find 1 essentials, just an essentials, you get $500 considering that you got your essentials. So you get the $500 and you get credit for 1 in January. February, you find another 1. This is your second month. Now, those 2 people are going to stay with your helper. You got paid your $1,000 on those 2 orders for the essentials only. And then in March, you find another essentials. The great thing about it is you're qualified, so your job is to help that person out. And the most important thing is not the money that you will make on your essentials. You probably have a bill that's going to soak that up right now. The most important thing is that you're going to help Mr. March, and you're going to override him forever, just like you just saw my little ring of overrides, okay? 1, you find 1 person in April yourself. You help Mr. March put in an order that month. So you get $1,500, $1,000 for yours, $500 for his for helping him out, and you just picked up 2 brand new ICMs on your team to add to your little ring of overrides. Isn't that great? May, you find 1 person. The March guys bringing 1 down for you to help them out again. But the 2 April people are each finding 1 because they saw this PowerPoint too. So they're bringing 1 down each to help out, to get help from you. That's 2 orders going in with your help. $2,500, $1,000 for your own order and $500 for each of those subsequent orders. June, you find 1. The April team finds 2. Now you're going to notice something. Where did March go? March is qualified. You just started overriding him. 3 levels down. It's awesome. He's going to keep finding people you're going to override on. You might not even know their names. You're making money on them. It's awesome. The May team finds 4. That's 4 people that just came in last month, all bringing somebody down that you got to help them out with. That's 7 brand new people on your team, by the way. That's $4,000. Now, this is what I showed my wife. I'm like, it is going to compound out. So $6,500 in 1 month. Then we're going to make $10,000 in 1 month. Then we're going to make $17,000 in 1 month. Then we're going to make $27,000 in 1 month. Then we're going to make $44,000 in a month. We better be doing real estate by this time too. We were. And $72,000. Now, a lot of folks in the world are like, this is bull crap. It looks good on paper. Well, there's a $90,000 a month, right? So what this represents is our highest month in the year of 2019. But we are averaging, I don't know, $10,000 to $19,000 a week in override. So the highest month. So that's 2019. Oh, look, this is 2016. $80,000 is our highest month in 2016, right? So I'm showing you numbers of months. A month in pay, there's another $90,000 in a month right there. This is all from Renatus, by the way. These are Renatus awards. So the point I'm trying to make is what you're seeing on screen isn't possible. It's a reality for some folks. Okay. So let's just sum this up. Your personal sales in this example here, you finding 1 a month, is only $11,000 in your first year because you had 2 qualifying sales you only made $500 on. So you made $500 and those people stayed with your helper. But after that, you were becoming a helper. Does that make sense? So your helper money was $177,000. That's you helping other people put in 1 essentials a month. Your overrides starting in June on Mr. March, and then starting in April on July, and then May and August, and September is the June team. So these teams are popping off into overrides and continuing to build their own situations while you override it. Your overrides are $17,600 in this example right here, for a total of $205,600 in the next 12 months. Now, here's the great thing about this. There's not a single order. There's not a single profits order on the screen. There's not an AIT advanced order on the screen, and there's no extreme orders on the screen. This is simply essentials. So if you can find people to go, you know what, he's right. I should have had those classes in high school. Give me the essentials, please. You're okay. You're okay. And that's exactly what I told my wife. I'm like, listen, we're going to build the business in the worst case scenario so we always stay in business. It's going to be great. And she's like, wow, I see it now. Let's get the building. So this was the conversation I had with my wife that gave her the security herself, because she was freaked out, to get a $10,000 to $12,000 situation behind us. Because we knew if we couldn't fill the rooms for workshops, we could still pay for the building. Does this make sense? Which we never had to, because workshops are awesome. Hey guys, I am finished with my conversation with you today. I appreciate you coming here. I know it was long. But you know what? Nothing that includes your kids' future or your future should be taken lightly. It needs to be thorough. It needs to be vetted. You should be transparent. This is how business is done. I think, okay, guys, listen. I don't know what your decisions are today, but don't take too long to make them. Let me finish up with one last thing for everybody as a little bit of a coaching. I know life can be scary. I know big decisions like this can be scary. A lot of people on this line are so tied to their bank accounts, like I was when I came down, that it runs you. Like financial decisions run you. We were taught how to be scarce, right? But there are 2 types of people on the line right now. There are people that make decisions in drama around money, and there are people that make decisions in clarity around money. Okay. I'm not telling you to stress your economy. If you have to bill it, bill it. Every single person on this line can find $399 to do an essentials. Everybody can. If you tell me you can't find $399, invite me to your house. I'll walk around for an hour and I'll find some pawnable stuff and you're in. And I mean it. That stuff that's hanging around collecting dust is not as important as your future. I had a guy sell a Harley Davidson. His first real estate deal got him $68,000. He was real attached to that Harley Davidson. But when he got to $68,000, he was like, yeah, forget the Harley. I can buy a couple now. So your drama decisions. So the idea of you doing better, a better you, is masked by all that. Oh, what if? Oh gosh, what if? What if? What if? What if? What if? What if? Fear, doubt, and worry for drama, right? When I started hanging out with wealthy people here, they taught me something. They're like, look, there is yes and no. That is it. Is binary. And they asked me the simple questions. Would you like to make $100,000 working from home, never needing a job again? Yes or no? This is your cash flow. I'm like, yes. Then take the yes, take that as a decision in your brain, in your gut, and get involved as an ICM to market. Congratulations. By saying yes to that, you've now started on the path to getting that. Then they asked me this question. They're like, would you like to do real estate with a lot of support, never-ending classes, and a lot of help? Support, never-ending classes, and help. I said, and they said yes or no. Binary. Wealthy people are binary. Yes or no. I'm like, well, of course I would. Great. You just made the decision. Get some education wherever you can fit in, and you can even advance. You can get the essentials and go up or whatever, but get in, get that decision, get across the street in the study groups. Let's go. I'm like, you're right. You're right, man. I got everything. 2 days later, we had everything. So I'm going to invite you to make a clarity decision for your life and then keep making clarity decisions. Your kids deserve that kind of leader in their life. And I'm not trying to shame anybody. I was in bad shape when I came down here. This is a complete different dad today than I was before I got here. Cool. All right, guys. Thank you for joining me. You guys are awesome. I hope to help you out. If not, I wish you luck. Thanks a lot, guys.